All right, welcome. Another edition of It's Still Real to Me as we come at you here on this Sunday evening. We got a lot to get to. Of course, It's Still Real to Me and everything Zaslow Show 2.0 brought to us by Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. If you're involved in any kind of an accident, a hit and run, a slip and fall, motorcycle, boating accident, you call Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733, and you let them put their skills to work for you and get you the compensation that you deserve. Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE, 800-747-3733. We got a lot to get to here tonight. Joey Levine, of course, is our pal. It's another week where the Bloodline, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes is center stage. WWE remains red hot. That's the focus of the wrestling world right now. Joey, how are you? Good afternoon.
I'm good. I'm here. I'm sorry in advance to everybody if my voice sounds raspy.
Struggle City for you today.
Somehow I'm still hungover. This is like I feel like I'm in college. I don't know what's going on with me. I went out for UFC last night, and I'm a mess right now. But I'm here, so that's good. So that's good.
Hey, that's all right. Got to remind everyone, of course, BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. With up-to-the-minute odds, stats, trends, you can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop or your mobile devices. Head to BetOnline today to become part of the team. And remember to use promo code BELIEVE for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. So once again, Joey, the Bloodline is the center stage. This past Friday night, The Rock and Roman Reigns appeared on the show. We'll start with that, and then we'll finish with Elimination Chamber stuff as we're a week away. We're a week away. Coverage begins at 5 a.m. Eastern time next Saturday morning from Perth, Australia, Elimination Chamber. But let's start with the final segment, which has everybody buzzing. It was the first appearance by Rock and Roman Reigns since the WrestleMania 40 kickoff press conference in Vegas 8 days before. And so you get the Bloodline that comes out, Roman, Solo, Paul Heyman, Jimmy, and you get The Rock referencing my cousin this, my cousin that, which I love. And then The Rock comes out, and if it wasn't confirmed before, we got Hollywood Rock. He comes out with the getup, the Versace. He's wearing $500 shirts again, and he does the entire.
It was like a combo.
Promo.
It's like a combo deal. It's like badass Rock and like Hollywood Rock because it was a vest.
Yeah,
it was like a combo of the leather black vest he used to wear, but like the expensive shirts made into that vest. It was like a combo of things. Because sort of, I think almost kind of like to signal we've never actually had this Rock. This is like a combo of Rocks that we're getting, which is cool.
But of course, you have heel Rock when he does the entire promo with the sunglasses on. The whole promo with the sunglasses. He's calling the crowd trailer park trash. He's talking about smacking the herpes off your lips. And we get a
50
version.
wives.
That's right. I looked at my son. I said, you know why he says that? Because they allow polygamy in Utah. And we get a version of The Rock that we haven't seen in, I don't know, at least 20 years. In 20 years, probably, right?
I don't think I get what you mean by that, but I actually don't think we've ever seen. This is a different Rock. Like, this is different. We haven't seen this guy. Bloodline Rock is a new Rock. He is meaner than like the old heel Rock that we've seen. It wasn't as mean as this version of like this guy's a mean guy and kind of dumb a little bit, or like I don't know if dumb is the word, but like willfully ignorant of what's happening. Like the whole promo was like a willfully ignorant promo, right? Like,
well, let's start with the meaner part.
He didn't make a ton of sense in a lot of places, but I think that was intentional. Maybe I'm not really sure.
Well, let's start with the meaner part. The meaner part makes sense to me because this is heel Rock, who is the biggest movie star in the world, who is mega, mega rich. And when we had Hollywood Rock before, about 20 years ago, he was at the very start of appearing in movies. He was not the biggest movie star in the world. He wasn't mega, mega rich. So in that sense, he's meaner because we're even lower on the totem pole compared to where he stands now. But as far as him being dumber or willfully ignorant, give me some examples here.
Well, the whole promo that he cut was telling Cody, you don't get to just get a rematch whenever you want. You had your moment last year. You lost. If you were the San Francisco 49ers and you lost in the Super Bowl, you would brush yourself off and move on and work your way back to it. Well, he did that. Like Cody did that. He won the Royal Rumble. So he actually 100% does get to just lose and then choose to be in the main event. And the whole promo that he cut was, Cody doesn't understand, and none of you people understand. That's not how this works. That's not how life works. You don't just get to lose and then choose to be in the main event of WrestleMania. You have to work your way back to it. Well, he did that. So while I'm listening to this, I'm like, he must be doing this on purpose. He didn't just come out here and cut a promo as if he does not know that Cody won the Royal Rumble.
No,
and blah, blah, blah.
He has a writer specific to him. So everything that's being said here is definitely with purpose.
That's what I'm saying. So like now so the character is, I am so big. I am so famous. I'm so much better than all of you that actually I don't know how this works anymore. Like, it's not that you guys don't get it. I'm so famous and powerful that actually I don't get it. And that's what the promo was. Because most of what he said in the promo was wrong. But I feel like it was intentionally wrong. Like, I feel like it had to be. Like, I think I got to be honest, I think a lot of people were so mesmerized by it being The Rock and him being so good on the mic that a lot of people missed the fact that most of what he said in the promo was not actually, like, didn't make a lot of sense. Like, it was kind of like, what are we talking about here? Why doesn't Cody get to do what? Huh? So I felt like that was the willfully ignorant part, but maybe that's just what this is going to be. Like, this is going to be him. Like, every time he talks, he's just going to be like, no. Let me explain to you how life works from the mega rich, mega famous person. And you peons, you don't understand how life works. I'm going to tell you how life works because I'm The Rock.
So, yeah, that's it. That's an interesting way to look at it. And so the internet sleuths are dissecting
the point, right?
Well, yeah, there's a couple things. So the internet sleuths are dissecting a couple things that Rock did in this promo. And so the first one being that point right there where when he says, I'm going to make sure you walk out of WrestleMania a loser, he points at, I guess, in the direction of Roman Reigns.
It's really hard to tell. I thought that it does look like he's pointing at Roman Reigns, and I know
think it's hard to tell
he
too.
was, but the camera angle, he was pointing a lot during it. And when I rewatched it live, because again, I didn't watch it in the moment, I rewatched it a couple times after. When you watch the whole thing, he's like kind of pointing at the crowd, and he's pointing here and there. And then he said that, and he could have been pointing at Roman. And I like that story that people are saying they built that in there. But also, let's keep in mind, he couldn't even put up the one correctly at the end, right? Like,
okay, so before we get to that,
but I'm just saying, like, he could have just been pointing. So I'm saying that just to say, like, it's a cool story point. Like, if people, for something to point back to, like, oh, he was always going to ruin it for Roman. It just, when I saw it, like, after rewatching, I questioned it a little bit.
I certainly question it. I don't normally buy into, the internet detectives. And in this case as well, it doesn't make sense to me that he would point at Roman Reigns and
like
say, I'm going to right at him and make sure that you walk out of, like, pointing right at him and make sure that you walk out of WrestleMania loser. And at this point, based on what Cody said about The Rock's ancestors, and you saw how mad The Rock got, I mean, whether you believe that that Rock is actually working behind the scenes with The Rock here, Rock's family, Rock's ancestors is still, no matter how you slice it, something that's really important to him. And Cody did insult them. He insulted them, and The Rock took it serious. So
but again, isn't that the willfully ignorant thing? Cody insulted them because again, remember we talked about Cody didn't actually insult them. Like Cody said, your grandfather would be ashamed of you, and The Rock took that as an insult. So we're in the willfully ignorant Rock era, is what we're in.
I think that we're trying to read a little bit too between the lines if we think that Rock was actually pointing at Roman there. And then if you really want to take it a step further.
But to your point, he's got Brian Gowertz writing all his promos for him, so everybody assumes there's like a higher level of thinking here for everything he does. So they're going to do this. Yeah.
Well, and then where at the end when they're throwing their ones up in the air and he's, he's got the finger up and he's also got the thumb
he's thumb apparently he's Bang Bang Gang. Bullet Club Gold Bang Bang Gang.
The thumb apparently is pointing at Roman. Is what
I've not seen that. That is nuts.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's the dumbest shit.
We're looking a little too. We're trying to find Easter eggs that just aren't there.
Yeah, the pointing part it's possible because I know it's a little over the top, but it does kind of make sense. Like, oh, I guess you could. There's a world where The Rock turns on him, and then it was always that. That part is insane. Like that's fucking nuts. I actually did not see that anywhere. I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing that because the wrestling Twitter is crazy. But that's a crazy thing. I think The Rock just doesn't know how to put the one up.
Yeah, maybe just from injuries. Like that's also, the way that he points. That it's hard for him to separate his thumb. I don't know. Like that's possible.
But also like Roman's using his right hand, Jimmy's using his left hand, The Rock's using an L. Like they're all using something different. So it's whatever your interpretation of the one is.
Yeah, I think we're trying to look a little too deep into something that's just not there. I don't think there's any conspiracy that's out there right now. I think right now we got Hollywood Bloodline Rock, who thinks he's the big man in charge now that he's back in WWE. And that's where we're at right now. I don't think there's a whole lot else to it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I do think, like I said this last week, I do think at some point Roman and The Rock are going to turn on each other, and it could happen before Mania. We still have a lot of time. And if The Rock's going, like right now, coming out of this week, 1 week removed from all this stuff happening, we don't really know what The Rock's doing at WrestleMania. We have no idea, right? We know that he's gonna hypothetically cost Cody the title, I guess, but we don't know. Like we just don't. We have no idea. So there's still a lot in this story to play out because The Rock's not just showing up on SmackDown to not wrestle at WrestleMania. Like something's got to give. So whether it's this tag match that some people are now reporting may actually happen on night one, which is nuts.
I don't buy
insane. Or whether it's The Rock and Roman in some respect, like turning on each other. Because my biggest takeaway from this promo on Friday is this program is going to be really hard to execute. I'm being dead. I really think this. It's going to be really hard for them to execute this program all the way to Mania without Roman taking a hit to his stock. The Rock is just so much bigger than Roman. Like when The Rock is in the ring, Roman looks like just another member of the Bloodline, and The Rock is the guy. Like that whole promo, they're all standing over there. The Rock does not look like he's even close. Roman does not look like he's even close to The Rock's league, right? Isn't that the idea here, to sort of bring The Rock in to prop up Roman off of this 4-year title reign, and he's the biggest star in the industry. In the industry, The Rock comes in. Roman looks like just another guy right now, and you're going to do this for a couple months leading into Mania. I don't know, man. I feel like it's almost going to be a hit to Roman's stock in terms of how big he actually is as this 4-year-long champion.
I still think we're headed in a direction. I think it's possible. I don't buy the tag team match on night one. Like, I don't think you could have all 4 of those 3 of those 4 participants fighting both nights. That's a major, major gamble to have those guys fight 2 nights in a row and hope there's no injury. There's too much on the line for 3 of the 4 of them to fight both nights. I don't buy it.
Yeah. I I think it might be Seth and The Rock, night one.
It could be.
I think Seth here is Triple H. Like, I think we're going to get more from Triple H. And I think this is...
Because Seth is the guy defending WWE.
It's defending WWE, but also just like I think there's... I see I see a way where like Triple H is going to get more involved in this, like he was. And, Triple H and The Rock have feuded they were feuded on and on, I mean, forever. Like they've always been feuding. Yep. So, but Triple H obviously can't fight. And Seth had this promo on Raw that everyone seemingly unanimously said it's like the best promo he's ever cut in his career, which it was very good. Said, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. I'm here. He's now got The Rock, and now I'm here. You don't have to do this alone. Maybe what he means is, maybe I'll fight The Rock to get The Rock out of your hair. Which I don't know how that would stop The Rock from being there night two. But
how do we let's say that happens? The Rock's winning the championship at WrestleMania?
No, Seth beats The Rock, and then Seth
would beat him. Yeah,
I think so. I don't see a scenario here where The Rock beats anybody on any night. Like it would make the only people Seth could fight at WrestleMania are Roman, Cody, and Seth. The Rock's not winning a title, and he's not beating Cody. So, or a tag. I guess they could win a tag match, but
how do we get to a place then where the winner of Elimination Chamber is not fighting Seth Rollins? Like, isn't that what we're doing here?
Seth Rollins would fight 2 nights.
No, I can't see that. I can't see that. Coming off an injury?
He's the workhorse. That's his thing. That's his whole thing. His whole thing. And what's a match with The Rock? The match, any match, if The Rock fought Seth, the whole match would be The Rock just beating the shit out of
I would think so,
Seth.
yeah.
And then Seth would come back and beat him. Like, he wouldn't have to do it. Like, it wouldn't be a lot of, like, high-risk spots and all that stuff.
I think Seth is losing at WrestleMania, and I think Drew's beating.
I think so, too, to Drew. But in this scenario that I have now cooked up on the spot, by the way, I've not thought about this until this moment, they would fight night one, which is what we sort of assumed would happen with, Roman and Rock.
I think there is a scenario still where we get Rock versus Roman night one. The question is, Rock already said you had the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time and you threw it away. Now, that doesn't have to be true. They can still have what he would believe the greatest WrestleMania main event, Rock versus Roman, night number one. Like, the fans don't decide what it is, or maybe unless he's saying that because he believes that Roman doesn't want to fight 2 nights. But I do believe that there is a world where the Bloodline turns on Rock because they believe that The Rock thinks he's in charge and I'm Roman Reigns and I'm in charge. I'm the head of the table. I'm the tribal chief. And they beat him down. Almost kind of like when The Rock 27 years ago, 6 years ago, became the leader of the nation. Sure. And The Rock was the one growing, and they beat down Farouk, and Rock came in, and Rock now ended up being the head. Like, you could have a similar thing that the Bloodline turns on The Rock, they beat the shit out of him, and that sets up Rock versus Roman. But here's the thing: while I
think Roman is already plotting to turn on The Rock. Like,
yeah, I could see that.
Did you like the way he came? Like the entrance, I thought was very telling. Like when they showed up to SmackDown, he hugged Jimmy. He was very friendly to Jimmy. He was like, let's, and also he said, let's go fix what Jay messed up. Like, what does that mean? Like, what is he talking about? What, like, they didn't mention Jay at all. So he said to Jimmy when he got to the arena, he hugged him. Jimmy was like, what's going on here? Why is Roman being so friendly to me? And he was all happy. To me, that's Roman saying, like, it's like him already being nervous that The Rock's taking over. And he's like trying to rally his troops back. Like, hey, don't forget, like, I know The Rock's here and he's The Rock, but like, I'm the guy. I got us here. That's sort of where I'm thinking. And I feel like for almost a year now, Roman's been this paranoid guy and he's been cracking. And I think like him turning on The Rock would be like the last straw of him cracking, where he's got to prove that it's his group. Because look, again, like I just said, The Rock makes everyone look small. Like there's nobody that stands in the ring with him. He's like, I'm joining with my cousin and I'm and we are the Bloodline. But come on, like no one's buying that. Now it's The Rock's group. The Rock's in it and it's his group. When he's there, he's the one on the mic. He talks last. He gets the points. Like it's his group now. So I think that's where you could turn him. Roman gets sick of that.
So if they do turn on him, could we get Rock and Jay against Jimmy and Solo?
Not at Mania?
Yeah.
Nah, I think you got to do,
because we're doing Jimmy versus Jay, right?
You got to. And well, I guess so. I think it's really weird that they're doing. Well, I guess this is just the way WWE's been, but they're doing Jay and Gunther on Monday, which I thought would be for the Intercontinental title, which I thought would be at Chamber. It's not. But a lot of people are thinking.
I read that Gunther may have a international travel type situation.
Maybe that's what it is. But a lot of people have been theorizing that Jimmy will somehow show up and cost Jay this title. And that's how they'll start building towards Mania.
I dig it. Yeah, I dig that.
I'm not sure why he would.
Because there's no way Jay wins the title from him on free TV, right?
I don't think so, man. I think you have to have Gunther at Mania. But then we're and we keep talking about how far we are from Mania, but we're not that far from Mania. Like, who's Gunther going to fight at Mania?
I'm like telling you, unfortunately, I think it could wind up being Sheamus. Unfortunately,
that's
really
right.
Do.
That's right.
I'm dreading it. He's never won the IC title. I feel like it could be Sheamus. I hope I'm wrong. It doesn't do a whole lot for me.
Or Cena. Oh no, not Cena. What Cena? No, I had Cena for Logan Paul. So who else could it be? It was. I think
it could have been Jay, but they're doing
Brock
it right
messed
now.
it up, right? Brock messed it up. It was supposed to be Brock, I think.
Well, I mean, could it be Braun Breaker? If you want to crown someone, because you got to crown someone, whoever beats Gunther, you're crowning them with. They're getting something you could always reference the rest of their career.
Yeah, I think when you say it that way, I feel like someone like Chad Gable makes more sense because let's just be clear here. Whoever beats Gunther,
he has no momentum right now, though, dude.
Yeah, but you have time. You have some time. Like build it back up. Have him come out and cut a promo, whatever. But like, whoever beats Gunther, their reign is not going to be good. Like they're going to fail. Like you can't really follow up Gunther. Like this run that Gunther's on as Intercontinental Champion, like the next one is going to be underwhelming.
I hear what you're saying.
So like whoever it is, it's for the moment. It's not for the run. And if someone like Gable gets that moment, that's incredible for his career. And then if the run's not great, it is what it is. And then you put it on someone like Braun Breaker, who could potentially be a halt, whatever. But I'm just like, it's like following up. I mean, any great champion in any like, you when Michael Jordan retires, I know he's not Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying, like, you struggle. Like, so when Gunther loses, whoever's next, that's going to be like Gunther's. It's maybe the best Intercontinental run ever. I mean, you got to at least he's in the conversation if he's not the best. I don't know who could beat him and like have a run like what he's doing right now. So
if I were to ask you right now, if Roman is walking out of WrestleMania still with the championship, your answer is what?
No.
I think he is.
It's Cody. No, it's Cody. And
I think it's
just every time Cody comes out, man, it confirms to me more and more like he's
then why not keep it going then if that's the case? That would be my exact point. Why not keep us invested?
I think I think Cody is. I think Cody. You're invested in Cody. Like
we're invested in the chase as well.
Yeah, I agree. But I just like when I see Cody and he comes out, his connection to the crowd is different.
I know.
Like, he as the champion, as the guy chasing the champion. Like the thing is if Cody wasn't fighting Roman and he was fighting Seth, people would be mad, but people would still be all in on Cody winning that title. Like people would be all in on Cody beating Seth and winning the title. Like people don't want Cody to lose.
I don't think he's winning, man. I don't think he's winning. I think they're close to Hogan. I don't think he's winning. And I think that whenever Roman does fight Rock, which will happen one day, I think Roman is still the champion when he fights Rock.
Yeah, but it doesn't like then if that's the case, then they have to tell the story of like they're gonna have to say like the person with the belt is the tribal chief. Right? Like because there's no reason for The Rock to need to fight for the WWE title unless it's to be the head of the table, to be the tribal chief of the bloodline. But they haven't even really talked about the fact that like the only reason Roman is the head of the table is because he's a champ. Like if he wasn't the champ,
there's still so much ambiguity. Like we're not any closer right now to knowing The Rock's role at WrestleMania, and he has to fight, right?
I don't see why. I mean, I don't see a scenario as to why he would be around. Like, why would he be on a random Friday SmackDown if he's not fighting at WrestleMania?
Like, do you know what crazy. A massive heel? Look, he's already heel. You know what a massive heel he is if he costs Cody the title at WrestleMania? I think that's the direction they go in, man. I do. I don't think Roman is losing that belt.
Yeah, but you don't need it. He's but think about after Mania. The Rock is not a full-time wrestler. So who cares if he's a massive heel after Mania? Like, who cares? Like,
but considering that The Rock is on the board now, he may be around more often.
He's going to run for president. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cody
I don't think he can run for the election is this year. You can't run for president the same year you fought at WrestleMania. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
But maybe you can. He's The Rock. But I'm just like, I don't think The Rock is a full-time wrestler. I know he's on the board. I don't think he's going to wrestle full-time.
No, I know that. No, I understand that.
What I'm saying, so him costing Cody, I guess my thing is I don't think Cody can be more loved. I don't think the chase, I don't think you could screw him more. I don't think you could screw him anymore and make the crowd love him anymore by screwing him over the Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston thing. Like, I don't think there's more there. I think he's already the biggest star. I think everybody loves Cody. We're seeing it. I think it's time. I don't think, and I also, by the way, I don't think that many people care to see Roman Reigns like break any more records. Like, I just don't think. And when I'm watching, and I'm gonna circle back to this. Mm-hmm. I watch him in the ring with The Rock, and I'm like, he's not even close. He doesn't even sniff The Rock in terms of greatness.
Don't we need to get to a place that the bloodline turns on The Rock?
Sure. Yes, I think so. Yes.
I don't see it happening before WrestleMania, though. I don't think there's enough build.
But that's what I've thought this whole time. That's what I thought this whole time, which is Roman turns on The Rock, Roman Rock night one, Roman wins.
I just don't know if we have enough time for it to be as impactful. It's less than 2 months away. The meaning when they jump him, when they take him out, it won't mean as much. They've only been together officially for a few days.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's enough I don't think there's enough time for them to split from The Rock. I think he's got to still be strong in the bloodline through WrestleMania. And if that's the case, I don't know who he's fighting at WrestleMania. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
very strange. The whole thing is, yeah.
Before we continue on here, obviously one of our great sponsors every week you see right here, Matthew H. Maschler, Signature Real Estate Finder. He is your trusted real estate broker. Huge pro wrestling fan. You know he'll be right up front there at WrestleMania. BRCW, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. He's one of the founders, co-chairman. But if you're looking for your dream home anywhere here in South Florida, I found you your trusted real estate broker. It's Matthew H. Maschler and Signature Real Estate Finder. That's right. If you're looking to sell a current property that you have, you want to make sure you get the best value, you get the best price, and that's why I send you to Matthew H. Maschler. Call him today, 561-208-3334. You're looking to sell your home, you're looking to buy another property, 561-208-3334, or maybe you're already in the real estate business. You're looking to take your career to the next level. Join the Signature team. The Signature Real Estate Companies are South Florida's industry leaders, ranked #1 in Boca, one of the tops in the entire state of Florida, realestatefinder.com, and with offices all throughout the state, including Delray Beach, Parkland, Miami, Naples, Palm Beach, Orlando, a whole lot more. The Signature Team is where you want to be. So whether you're buying your dream home, you're selling your property, or you're looking to join the best in the business, I send you to Matthew H. Maschler, 561-208-3334, realestatefinder.com. Matthew H. Maschler, your pathway to exceptional real estate experiences. So we got a bunch of other Elimination Chamber participants, correct? Do we have almost the entire men's field laid out in front of us now? I know Kevin Owens clinched a couple nights ago. I thought Dominic was going to win. I was surprised. I thought they were going to put Dominic.
I'm not sure what the deal. I mean, the chamber's loaded, man. It's like
it's heavy hitters.
It's all top stars. I mean, I thought there would be like one or two younger guys, but Drew, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul.
That's all 6, right?
No, that's 5.
That's
Drew,
5.
Orton, Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin. Oh no, Logan Paul. I thought there was only 5. Maybe there is 6 already. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's all 6.
I mean, it is next week. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense because they're definitely taping SmackDown the night before, right?
Right, but there's a women's, like, I think there's like an elimination last chance thing that everyone's saying that's how Jade's gonna end up being in it.
I like a last chance battle. I love a good battle royal, man.
Yeah.
Look, those are all heavy hitters, but we're talking about who's fighting Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It's Drew McIntyre. I don't see any other scenario. It's Drew McIntyre. What about the women?
But doesn't that, and then that also makes me think that they're gonna set up KO and Logan Paul for Mania again, right? Like another, having them both in there.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. As much as I love Drew and what he's doing, I wouldn't be totally angry at Logan Paul, Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I know a lot of people would be.
Have they ever fought?
No.
I'm not sure they have.
No, I don't think he has. But man, you want to talk about heat. Generating heat. Logan Paul winning the Elimination Chamber and going in to be a double champ at WrestleMania. Whew, that would be something.
Who gets the pin on Logan Paul?
KO. Maybe that's the way KO finally gets his comeuppance.
That makes sense.
His revenge.
That makes sense.
I don't know what they're doing with the rest of these guys. Orton, Lashley, LA Knight, or maybe maybe they set up LA Knight, Logan Paul, because you said you think that's who could potentially fight Logan at Mania.
That's what I've thought for a while.
Maybe Logan pins LA Knight.
But then still, who pins Logan Paul? Kevin Owens still?
KO.
Yeah.
That's how he finally gets his...
Who do we have in the women?
It is Becky, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton, which is also awesome. Great field.
I'll tell you, I thought,
and then Jade, maybe
last chance battle royal. I don't know if it's going to be Jade. I got to be honest with you. Like Jade's first 2 matches are major gimmick matches, Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. And look, she's not going to win Elimination Chamber, is she? So, like, her first match where there are actual pinfalls, she's going to lose? That's be weird, no?
Yeah, but she gets ganged up on. I mean, she lost the Royal Rumble.
Right, but that was just going over the top rope, no big deal. And
that's true.
She was awesome, she got there, she was into the very end. In the Elimination Chamber, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of weird if in her first actual match she gets pinned. It'd be strange. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
I think it'd be weird.
Maybe. Yeah, but well, that wouldn't be her first actual match. She would win the Battle Royal.
Yeah, but her first match where they're pinfalls.
Got it.
Because
she would have to win tomorrow or Monday, right? Like
yeah.
that last chance thing is on Monday. So
right. Look, let me tell you something. If she's in the last chance Battle Royal, she's winning it. Okay. What I'm saying is that she will not be in it.
Well, the problem is WrestleMania 40 has seemingly been determined. Like it's going to be Becky. Becky's winning the Elimination Chamber.
I think so. Yep.
The only other person who's in it that you could even justify would be Liv Morgan, but I don't think Liv Morgan's winning.
Right. There's a story to be told there, but it's not going to be at WrestleMania.
Right.
With Liv. Yeah. And we also have at Elimination Chamber, we have Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley for the title.
Right. Yes. Right.
And clearly Rhea's going to win because Nia's just been squashing her for weeks now.
My thing with the Women's Elimination Chamber is The other reason why I agree with you that's probably not the best move to put Jade in there is Tiffany Stratton's going to steal that match. She's going to be the biggest star.
So good.
She's going to be the star coming out of that match. She is going to blow everyone out of the water. I mean, she is just that good. When you watch her in the ring, she is incredible.
Yep.
I mean, she also has the look, but I mean, she's just an incredible wrestler. Like, I get it. Like, I love a good wrestling match, but the stories is what's important to me. But man, when I watch her, I'm like, holy shit, she's a good wrestler.
I mean, you're telling me they should be taking advantage of her right now while Charlotte Flair is out, so that when Charlotte Flair comes back, you get a face-to-face between the two of them.
Yeah. But I mean, like, maybe she'll do something with Bianca, because like, what's Bianca going to do at Mania at this point? Like, she's got nothing.
Well, I thought we both agreed. We think Bianca and Jade in a tag team kind of works for WrestleMania.
Yeah, right? that would be. I mean, but you have to start setting that up soon. I mean, because if they're going to be a tag team, by the way, there's only one tag team that are fighting. They're fighting Kabuki Warriors. Like, there's no reason to put them in a bunch of other matches. They're straight to the title if you put those two together.
Yeah, like, you don't have a scenario where Kabuki Warriors are about to gang up on Bianca in a few weeks from now, and out comes Jade Cargill. And that's the first time we've seen her since Royal Rumble. And she's there to kind of back up Bianca because they had kind of a cool moment in Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. Because eventually then you get the turn and then you get that match. Because that's seemingly what everybody wants to see. But I don't think you can do it right away. But yeah, I think Tiffany Stratton's going to absolutely just blow everyone out of the water in this match.
Yep.
I mean, Bianca's great too. But like, when I look at who's in the match, they're all good wrestlers, but I get excited to watch Tiffany Stratton wrestle. She's awesome.
You know who her boyfriend is, yeah?
It's Kaiser, right?
Ludwig Kaiser. Yeah.
Like, I mean, hey, that makes sense. They're two pretty attractive people. I mean, Jesus, that's going to be, when they have a kid, that kid is going to be something.
Is there anything that we've left out that took place over the week, WWE? I mean, look, all of our focus on WWE right now. I'm not all caught up on everything AEW. WWE is just so red hot right now that I think that's what everybody wants to hear about.
I tried. I genuinely, I gave it a try, Zaz. I tried to get back to watching AEW this week. It's just not good. It is not good right now. They're
going through a weird thing right now.
I don't know what, I'm not entirely sure what their goal or what they're trying to do. Like, because they're continuously leaning into now, like, now they have a deal with CML or whatever from Mexico. So they got all these Mexican wrestlers showing up that no one, it's the same shit like when they used to bring in all these New Japan wrestlers and they wouldn't explain to you who the hell these guys were. Now they're doing it with the Mexican wrestlers. It's like, who is this guy? Why do I care that he's fighting them? You get Daniel Bryan fighting a Japanese guy. It's just like, I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know when
is the Boston show? That's not yet, right?
Big business. It's in March, I think.
It's in March. Okay. All right.
It's got to be after
it's after Revolution?
Revolution's March 3rd, I think.
Yeah, it's usually first week in March. Yeah.
Because, and like, again, I still think like Hangman right now is incredible. Like, his mustache is
right. The mustache means he's heel, right?
I think he's I think he's heelish. The mustache is like, I should backtrack a little bit here. The mustache is great stuff. Like, the mustache is great shit. So AEW does have something good going, and I think it's Hangman's, it's Hangman's mustache, and that feud, him and Swerve, but that feud might go on for 10 years. Like, they're incredible together. But that's just like an organic thing that seems to have happened. Everything else in AEW, like there's good moments, like Valentine's Day. You got backstage Bang Bang Gang with the
Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Anthony Bowens gives a rose to Renee Young, and then you got Austin Gunn looking at him like, wait a minute. Why? And Bowens is like, don't worry. Like, that's funny moments. There's funny moments, but there's no stories. Like, there's no stories that I'm just like invested in for AEW.
Was that a real thing that I saw online? That was that graphic real where it's the 200th episode and it says "Thank you, Tony Khan"?
God, I don't know. I didn't see that.
I mean, if that's weird. That is weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Did we have anything else in WWE? Judgment Day, you know, we have the tag team match at Chamber next week, right? We have Pete
Were they
Pete
fighting
Dunne and
DIY?
no, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate,
Okay.
who
Oh,
I
well, they're not
think
going to win.
who I think have a name now. Tyler Bate had some name that he said on Raw, but I don't know what it meant. Yeah, well, because obviously it's going to be R-Truth and Miz at Mania.
I think so.
Right.
By the way, can I also mention SmackDown's commentary team? I think Corey Graves has done an excellent job.
He's good.
Play-by-play, excellent
good.
job. Yeah,
He's
for people
very good.
like for the random viewer who doesn't get it, there's a major difference what Corey Graves is doing right now compared to what he has been doing for the past few years. The play-by-play man and the color guy are not the same, you know, and what he's doing right now is significantly more difficult, and he's been really good at it.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Gio says it right here. He's like, AEW is a good wrestling show. WWE is great sports entertainment, which is fair. I mean, it's true. Like, AEW has really leaned into, we're going to have great wrestling matches. And the storylines are, I mean, they probably wouldn't argue this as a company. Storylines are secondary. Wrestling matches is what you tune in for. Right. Like, we're going to tell the stories by having great wrestling matches.
Right.
But, you know, make me care about the match. Like, why would I even care to watch the match if there's no story behind why the match is happening? So they're in a tough spot, man. They need MJF. They need MJF back. I will watch any program that has Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Will he just show up, or will they promote that he's returning?
Because it's AEW, I think he'll show up. I don't know. I don't think they'll promote it. WWE does that. WWE pre-promotes returns, I think. But maybe AEW. I don't know. I think they probably should let people know when he's coming back.
I think they probably should. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, like, here's a perfect example of what's going on with AEW. Will Ospreay is fighting what's his name from the Japanese dude the big Japanese dude that was feuding with Kenny Omega. God, now I'm like, this is how out of AEW I've been. But like the guy who was feuding with Kenny, right? But last time we saw Will Ospreay was in the Don Callis family. Like, he had joined the Don Callis family.
Oh, and now he's Takeshita?
Yeah, he's fighting Takeshita at Revolution.
Yeah, but I don't think Will Ospreay's part of the Don Callis family. I think it's just kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
But that was like part of the story was Takeshita. I mean, wasn't that like part of the story last time he was around?
I think it was more about he hates Kenny Omega.
Right, but then why is he fighting the guy that hates Kenny Omega?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. Yeah. I will say this. I do think there's something more going to happen at Big Business. I don't think it's just Mercedes Moné, because that's something that they've done in the past. Like when they had Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah,
I think I hope that, like, they've given away the fact that Mercedes Moné is going to show up. I hope that means that, like, there's maybe Okada or something.
Yeah. Because isn't he supposed to be headed there? Yeah, you could be right.
Well, I don't know that there's been anything official, but it seems that way, that he's headed there. Because I don't know, they need something, man. They need something. I mean, I'm worried. I wish Okada would go to WWE at this point. I think he's such a big star. I think WWE would crush it with him. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's tough to watch AEW at this moment.
So tomorrow night, though, the big thing is we got the Last Chance Battle Royal. Is that our
Jay and Gunther? Jay and Gunther's
definitely the main event. Yeah. All right, that's a big show tomorrow.
It's a huge show. I'm fascinated by what happens in that match, because
that's a big.
To your point,
I think it's got to be Jimmy.
Yeah, but to your point, there's no way they're taking it off of Gunther on free TV.
I mean, there's no way. It would be bizarre. It would be strange.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be a good show tomorrow night. Could be fun.
All right, man. Joey, excellent job. Thanks everybody for joining us a little bit earlier than we do on Sundays. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're listening on the podcast, that's awesome. If you're watching live, that's also awesome. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment, you set those notifications, all that good stuff. Today's show brought to you in part by Bet Online. Joey, why don't you tell all your fans, you'll talk to them next week. I think what we'll probably do is we'll do a show either Saturday night. Probably you should do it Saturday night, and it'll be a reaction show to Elimination Chamber, which is 5:30 a.m. Eastern time next Saturday morning. Go ahead. Tell all your fans. We'll talk to them next week.
I appreciate you guys bearing with me. By the way, love the fans. Shout out to Gio and Victor holding it down in the chat. I'll get to more of your comments next week, but they're all over it. We want to see more of that, more of that chat action. And also, I guess also Big Nick just out of nowhere saying the WWE universe is ready for Nia Jax. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think anybody's ready for Nia Jax, but shout out to the guys in the chat. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate all you. We love pro wrestling, and we'll talk to you next week on another edition of It's Still Real to Me. See ya.